Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into, well, this massive AI gold rush.
Yes, everywhere.
And specifically, we're looking at the tools, the picks and shovels, the computing power behind it all.
Right, the infrastructure.
Our focus today is Nebius Group NV, ticker NBIS on NASDAQ Q.
And this isn't your average tech startup, is it? It's more like a reborn giant.
Exactly. So our mission here is to really unpack this restartup. We want to get into its history, what they actually do, and how they stack up in this super competitive AI market.
Right, so you, the listener, can really grasp what's driving this company. It's quite a story.
It really is. Okay, let's get into the history. Because Nebius, it didn't just appear out of nowhere. Its roots go back to Yandex ND.
Ah, yes, Yandex, often called the Google of Russia, founded by Arkady Veloz.
Became this huge tech company, right? Big NASDAQ Q IPO back in 2011, like $1.3 billion.
A major player. But then things changed dramatically. February 2022, the invasion of Ukraine, NASDAQ suspended Yandex trading.
And that led to what you called the Great Divestiture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By July 2024, they made a clean break, sold off all the Russian assets completely.
So what was left? The international
Those international assets, yeah, they weren't just left. They were rebranded, reborn, really. October 2024, they become Nebius Group NV, back trading on NASDAQ Q as NBIS.
And crucially, the original founder, Arkady Veloz, he's still the CEO.
That continuity is key. But the most striking outcome of this whole geopolitical pivot,
The money.
the money. They emerged with this incredible balance sheet, over $2.4 billion in cash, end of 2024, and almost zero debt.
Wow, a fortress balance sheet, you called it.
That's the term. And it gives them this almost unrivaled advantage. They can fund their growth aggressively, mostly from their own pockets, unlike competitors who are loaded with debt.
Okay, so they've got this war chest. What's the core business? What are they spending it on?
Nebius AI, that's the heart of it. They position themselves as a pure-play, full-stack AI infrastructure provider.
Full stack.
Everything, from the basic compute power infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, to platforms for building AI, platform as a service, PED-R, and even running the finished AI models, that's inference as a service, through their Nebius AI Studio, the whole pipeline.
Got it. And they have some kind of operational edge too, right? Something about hardware.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. They design their own server hardware, even the racks. It lets them run things, well, hotter, more efficiently, cuts down massively on cooling costs.
That's clever. Energy efficiency is huge these days.
Absolutely. And another big piece, their relationship with NVIDIA.
Ah, the GPU king.
Right. It's a deep, long-standing partnership. Gives them preferential access to the really powerful GPUs, even the next-gen Blackwell stuff. That's a serious advantage.
So putting this in context, the neo-cloud wars, as some call it, this market is exploding, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. We're talking tens of billions today, potentially hundreds of billions in the next decade or so. The demand for AI infrastructure is just soaring.
Who are they up against?
Well, you've got other specialized players like CoreWeave.
Yeah.
They're actually bigger right now in terms of capacity, but significant debt. And they rely heavily on just a few large customers. Then, of course, there are the giants, the hyperscalers, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud.
So how does Nebius stand out against those guys? What's their moat?
Well, compared to CoreWeave, it's that financial strength and a more diverse customer base. The bigger moat, though, it's built on a few things. Deep engineering talent, like 400 AI and cloud engineers from the Yandex days.
Experience counts.
Definitely. Plus that full-stack integration we talked about, the NVIDIA partnership, and this unique financial discipline born out of that whole divestiture situation.
Let's look at the numbers briefly. Growth must be pretty wild.
Hypergrowth is the word. Q1 2025 revenue, for instance, shot up 385%. Mostly AI infrastructure driving that.
But they're losing money overall for now.
Yes, but that's planned. They're investing heavily, projecting about $2 billion in capital spend in just this year, 2025. Mostly data centers and GPUs. You can spend money to make money in this space.
Makes sense. So huge investment now. What's the path to profit?
Management expects to hit positive adjusted EBITDA, basically. Positive cash flow from the core business in the second half of 2025. That's the big inflection point they're aiming for.
And they just raise more capital, too.
Yeah, $1 billion through convertible notes,
Yeah.
securing long-term funding, kind of locking things down.
Interesting. Now, besides the core AI stuff, they have other assets, right? Leftovers from the Yandex days?
They do some valuable non-core holdings. Stakes in Toloka, which does AI data solution. Bezos Expeditions actually invested in them, so that's a validation.
Okay.
There's Averide, autonomous vehicle tech. They partner with Uber and Grubhub. triple 10 in EdTech, and a decent stake, 28%, in ClickHouse, an analytics database company.
So these aren't just random side businesses.
No, they're strategic assets. They can
Right.
potentially sell these off down the line to fund the main AI business without needing to issue more stock and dilute shareholders. It's another funding lever.
Smart. Of course, it all sounds high growth, but also high risk.
Absolutely. High reward, high risk, financial risk, like burning through cash, mitigated by raising capital proactively and having those assets to potentially sell.
And the risk of actually building all this global infrastructure.
That's where the experienced engineering team comes in. They've done big projects before.
Yeah.
And market risks, competition. That's where the vertical integration, cost efficiencies, and diverse business help.
Okay, so let's try and summarize the takeaway for you, the listener.
Nebius Group.
Yeah.
It's a really unique beast, a re-startup with proven leaders, serious engineering talent, that incredible fortress balance sheet born from, well, geopolitical upheaval, and the crucial NVIDIA link.
It's like a pure bet on the foundational layer, the picks and shovels of the AI revolution.
Exactly.
So here's something to think about. What does this whole Nebius story tell us? How can these huge global events completely reshape a company, maybe even forge a totally new kind of competitor?
And maybe, just maybe, can that financial discipline forced upon them by crisis actually become the ultimate edge in this incredibly capital-intensive AI race? It's a fascinating question.
We hope this deep dive gave you a clearer picture of what's happening behind the AI infrastructure headlines.
Yeah, there's a lot going on beneath the surface.
And just a reminder, this was all for informational and educational purposes. It's definitely not financial or investment advice. Always do your own research.